Hello everyone, happy evening, a very good evening. Am I audible and visible, everyone? All right, that's great. So again, guys, I hope and I believe all of you are doing well, be it one day before the exam, but I still hope that, you're keeping yourself calm, right? Janil and everybody here. So here we are to discuss your exam hall strategy. You know, those tiny, tiny things that can make a big difference in your exam hall tomorrow, right? That you should train your brain at the last moment also, so that you do not make some silly mistakes in the exam hall. So that's what we are going to discuss about, right? Hi Rohit, Nihar, Konark, everybody here, right? So without wasting any of your time, because I know that it's very, very precious, let's quickly talk about this. So first of all, I would like to say that remember that if you believe that you can, right, you can crack the exam tomorrow, you are halfway there. Okay, that is what makes the whole difference today and tomorrow on the exam day, right? Like I always say, it is your attitude in the exam hall that is much, much, much more important than the aptitude. You know, your knowledge, your IQ, how much you have read. Much more important than that is, how's your attitude in the exam hall, how calm you are, how confident you are, how much faith you have in yourself. Okay, so first thing, believe that you can do it, right? Just by getting panicked, please don't waste all the efforts that you have been putting so far. You have not come this far only to come this far, right? We have to cross that 150 mark, and right, we have to come out of the exam hall with the smiling faces, with the satisfaction that I have given my best shot, right? That is your only target. And please remember, I'll be talking about the do's and don'ts in the exam hall as well. Okay, and that's great, Nihar. Okay, glad to know that. Heartiest congratulations. So quickly jumping to the do's and don'ts day before the exam, that is today. First of all, keep yourself relaxed, right? Easier said than done. I totally understand that. But this is where you will have to take conscious efforts and conscious action, basically to keep yourself calm, right? A good night's sleep is very, very important. If you're not able to sleep, like I say, please practice Yog Nidra. At least that will give you that relaxation. Okay. So please, okay, is there some issue with the mic? Anybody else is facing any issue with the mic? Any problem with the audio, guys? Yes? All right, please do let me know in the live chat. Okay, right. So please do practice Yog Nidra, and it will definitely make you feel relaxed. And even if you are not able to sleep, no matter how much ever you try in the morning, do not get worried about kal raat mein neend nahi aayi to ab exam ganda jayega. It's nothing like that. Okay, the adrenaline rush on the exam day basically helps you sail through whatever obstacles come your way. Okay, so keep all the things which are to be taken to the exam hall. Please keep them ready, right? Your admit card, your ID, whatever other documents are required, please keep them ready. And apart from that, do not forget to carry some emergency medicines, like, suddenly headache ho raha hai, right, acidity ho raha hai, which is very common on the exam day. So please take some medicines with you, like, paracetamol, Pantop, something like that, which is definitely going to help you there. Balraj, remember that, you have not come this far only to make this mistake and, get trapped in your monkey mind telling you that you have got a burnout, right? It's just a question of one day and the most important day, right? So give in your best shot. Okay? And then on the day of the exam, please make sure that you reach the exam hall well in time. I've seen myself a student who has reached just 1 minute late and he was not allowed in the exam hall, right? So please do not do that mistake, no matter how close your exam hall might be, but make sure that you are reaching well in time, right? It's better to reach there early rather than, getting panicked at the last minute कि कुछ problem हो रहा है, नहीं पहुंच पा रहे हैं. So make sure you're reaching there well in time. Do not panic no matter what. That's going to be your mantra. Okay, stay calm no matter what. That's going to be your mantra for tomorrow. Kuch bhi ho jaye, I'm not going to get my mind into those irregular vibrations. I am going to stay calm. That's your mantra for tomorrow. ठीक है, कुछ भी हो जाए. Take just one question at a time. Focus on the screen. That's it. What you can see on the screen, just focus on that. Do not think about the question which is done. Do not think about the section which is done. Do not think about the question which is going to come or the section which is going to come. Your focus has to be on the present moment and the present question and nothing else. Okay? And nothing else. Do not overthink, right, on any question or options. Do not overthink. Trust your first instinct. Generally the first instinct is correct, right? So prevent yourself from changing a lot of answers until and unless you are very sure कि जो मैंने पहले मार्क किया था वो गलत है. Do not try to change a lot of answers. Trust your first instinct. Okay, that's very, very important, right? And time management is something that you have to take care of, because your exam, since the last session, it's going to be in sections. I hope all of you are aware of that. You have part A and part B, right? Part A starting at 9 a.m. 2.5 hours, 9 to 11:30, and then you have part B from afternoon 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. right? So it's going to be a long day for you tomorrow, and your 2.5 hours is basically going to be sections A, B, C. In each part you will have three sections, 50 questions each and 50 minutes. So 3 sections, 50 questions in 50 minutes is what is the time that you are given, and your target should be basically to complete this 50 questions in 45 minutes. Extra 5 minutes to be kept for any question that you want to review, right? So when you will see the timer on your screen, it's going to start from 50 से section, जैसे section A चल रहा है, section 1 चल रहा है part A में, 50 से वो कम होता जाएगा, right? So please make sure have your time management in place कि जब मेरा timer 50 से 40 पे आ रहा है, मेरे 12 questions हो जाने चाहिए. This is what you have to calculate and keep, because what happens is generally at the end you realize, oh my god, so many questions are remaining and I do not have that much time. So please do not do that mistake कि पहले एकदम आराम से हर क्वेश्चन को टाइम दे रहे हैं और फिर बाद में भागना पड़ रहा है. Please do not do that mistake. Okay, so keep your pace fast right from the beginning, right? And your target should be to finish the questions in 45 minutes, at least 5 minutes to review the questions that you have kept for review. You can keep the questions, you can mark the questions for review, and the questions which are marked for review according to your prospectus is evaluated. Okay, that's considered an evaluation. That means a question which is marked for review, and if it is correct, you will get marks. But my suggestion would be what I've seen in the recent 2-3 years NEET PG as well. There's a lot of discrepancy in what you keep for review, whether they have evaluated, not evaluated, even if the prospectus says ki haan theek hai, this will be considered for evaluation, but end mein I've always seen the students who have kept a lot of questions for review, unke scores mein काफी discrepancy aata hai. So my honest suggestion, personal suggestion would be to keep as minimum questions as possible for review. ठीक है, हर क्वेश्चन में जहां डाउट आ रहा है सबको आप रिव्यू में मत रखते जाना. Please keep as less questions as possible, okay, for review. Very, very important. Okay, and a few other points that I want to tell you is, I'm coming to that, Dr. Shweta, again, how do you logically guess the answer? Please attempt all the questions in every section no matter what. Let's say एक सेक्शन में सिर्फ 2 ही मिनट बाकी है और आपके 20 क्वेश्चंस बाकी है, right? The worst case scenario is what I'm talking about. Only 2 minutes are remaining and you have 20 questions remaining. बिना क्वेश्चंस देखे एटलीस्ट कुछ भी ऑप्शंस मार्क कर देना, जो मन में आए ABCD कुछ भी मार्क कर देना. You never know कौन सा वाला सही हो जाएगा, because you do not have any negative marking here, right? So your target basically has to be कि all questions are attempted, because you do not have negative marking. That's very, 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 very important. You have to attempt all 300 questions. When I say attempt, मतलब आपको answer mark करने हैं. End में अगर कोई section, because it has happened, we have seen in the recent NICT exam also, the last section was very, very easy. Okay, बहुत time बच रहा था. Initial sections were a bit difficult. Okay, they were time taking. So I said there's going to be a discrepancy in the sections also. Some section you might be able to finish well in time. In some sections you might be struggling to finish that. But right, all you have to take care is mark answers to all the questions. पहले question देखें या नहीं देखें, that's very important. Avoid silly mistakes. Read the question carefully. Okay, this is something, the silly mistakes are something that haunt you for a long period of time, especially like if you do not read except at the end, not in the question. These are the mistakes that you should definitely be careful about, and do not do these mistakes. So one of the trick that you can use to make sure that you are reading the question carefully is use the cursor, use the mouse basically to make sure that you are reading every question. हर क्वेश्चन पे जब आप माउस वो कर्सर लेके जाओगे, so you will not miss on any word. So not miss नहीं होगा, except miss नहीं होगा. That is one thing that you can do. When you have lengthy clinical scenario questions, that is what we are seeing the trend is shifting towards. You will have one-liner questions, but you will see a lot of lengthy clinical questions also, like we are seeing in the recent NEET PG, AIIMS, and even the FMGE. Right? Please do not forget the trick of reading the lengthy question from the last line, because if you start reading a lengthy question from the beginning, that's generally a waste of time. Right? The main crux of the question, what the question is trying to ask, that is given in the last two lines of the question. So read the last line, read the second last line. So what trick you have to apply when you are reading the question is, कोई भी question पढ़ने के पहले, what is the first thing that you look at is the options of the question, right? Because options जब देखोगे, you will get an idea कि this is from what subject, what topic, right? So for example, in the options like you see metformin, pioglitazone, canagliflozin, these are the options in the question. So you know that this is a question related to some diabetes drug पे ये कुछ question है, right? So you know that you are giving your brain the signal कि ये वाले subject में से, ये वाले folder में से I want to retrieve the information. You know how you work on the computer, आपके folder wise पूरा information segregated है, same thing is in your brain, right? So always read the options first, because that will give you an idea कि ये pharmac है, micro है, medicine है, anat है, physiology है, क्या है, right? Next is read the last line first. Okay, what is the last line asking? What is the side effect? What is the cause? You'll get an idea on that. Then read the second last line. Okay, this is the sequence that you should be following when you have lengthy questions, or for every question start with reading the options. Right, now coming to the question that Dr. Shweta has asked, how to guess the right answer if we haven't done any question basically is, see, first of all, understand that out of 300 questions, मान के चलो कि ठीक है 100 questions के मुझे आंसर नहीं आएंगे, ठीक है, that does not mean that you are losing the game. A common mistake that is done by the students is whenever they come across a question which they are not able to solve, or a topic that they have not read, okay, they start panicking. Oh my god, मुझे नहीं आ रहा है, नहीं आ रहा है. तो क्या नहीं आ रहा है? तो that's going to happen in the exam hall. There's nobody, absolutely nobody, trust me, who knows answers to all the 300 questions. ठीक है? Does that mean that you are not going to pass the exam? Not at all, right? You just have to get 150 questions out of 300 correct. So please, when you see questions, right, when I say 150 out of 300, that means just 50%. So even in every section which has 50 questions, उसमें से आपने 25 क्वेश्चंस भी करेक्ट कर लिए ना हर सेक्शन में से, यू आर गोइंग टू क्लियर द एग्जाम, राइट? 25 इसका करने ही करने हैं, राइट? सो some sections might be easy, some sections might be difficult. So if there's any one section which is particularly difficult, do not get panicked. It's absolutely fine. ठीक है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है उससे. सो प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दैट फैक्ट कि मुझे पास होने के लिए तो 150 आउट ऑफ 300 ही चाहिए, राइट? एंड इवन इन दैट केस 25 तो मैं ये बेयर मिनिमम बोल रही हूँ. सो 25 क्वेश्चन तो आप कैसे भी करेक्ट कर ही लोगे. ओके, सो दैट्स हाउ इजी द एग्जाम इज. इट इज जस्ट दैट आवर स्ट्रेस लेवल, right, the anxiety basically makes it difficult. The exam is not that difficult as it seems. Is this clear with everyone? Yes? Marked and review ऑप्शन बाद में फाइनल ग्रीन चेंज किया जा सकता है अकॉर्डिंग टू करंट. वो तो आपको मैन्युअली करना पड़ेगा, वो ऑटोमेटिक नहीं हो जाएगा एज फार एज आई नो, राइट? ऑल द एग्जाम पैटर्न्स दैट वी हैव सीन विद नीट पीजी AIIMS, you have to change it like this is my final answer, this is not marked for review. Okay, right? So this is the most important fact that you have to understand कि हर section में से मेरे 25 questions भी सही हो रहे हैं, मतलब I will clear the exam. So even if I'm not able to answer the question, it's absolutely fine, and that's going to happen in the exam hall. Okay, understand that fact. But then when you do not know answer, you logically guess the answer. Okay, so for example, you start ruling out the options. You are pretty sure कि A वाला तो ये option लग ही नहीं रहा है, ये आंसर होगा, B भी नहीं लग रहा है, C और D में से you are confused, so choose one of that. The only thing that you have to keep in mind, my suggestion would be, do not leave the question unattempted. Okay, first go में when you have spent time on reading the question, तभी के तभी वो क्वेश्चन का आंसर मार्क कर लो. ओके, ऐसा मत करना कि क्वेश्चन पढ़ा, आंसर नहीं आ रहा तो जाने दो, इसको बाद में आके देखते हैं. मेनी टाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस इज यू विल नॉट गेट द टाइम टू कम बैक टू द क्वेश्चन. तो जो भी फर्स्ट इंस्टिंक्ट आपका बोल रहा है कि ये आंसर होगा, उसको मार्क कर दो. You can keep that question for marked for review. Please don't do that for all the questions, because every question in exam hall, what happens is you get doubt in every question, right? There'll be very few questions where you'll be like, I'm so confident I know answer to this. Okay, but actually you know answers to a lot of questions. It's overthinking which gets us into doubt. So please do not keep a lot of questions marked for review. Answer the questions in the first read itself where you have invested time. Okay, very, very important. Marked for review should be as less as possible, like I mentioned. If you do not want to get into any discrepancy later on कि मैंने तो इतने questions mark किए थे और इतना ही result आया है, that is generally what I have seen with the students who keep the questions marked for review, right? So please don't do that. Again and again, I'm telling you. So what we have learned is, do not waste a lot of time on any question. Whatever is your first instinct, mark that answer. You will not know answer to a lot of questions, and that's absolutely fine. That does not mean that you are losing the game. When you do not know the answer, logically guess the answer by all the tricks that we have discussed on our Radsynapse app with the KBMDs, the test and discussions where I've told you how to rule out the option. Contradictory options है तो उसमें से कोई आंसर मार्क कर लो, राइट? जो लेंदी ऑप्शन है जनरली वो करेक्ट होता है. दैट्स वाई द एग्जामिनर हैज पुट एफर्ट्स टू कीप दैट ऑप्शन इतना लेंदी, राइट? जनरली द ऑप्शन विच हैज नेवर, ऑलवेज, दैट्स जनरली द इनकरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट, right? These are some tricks that you would have learned by solving the questions. Okay, clear with everyone? Right, so just as when I hope you've got the brief, the crux of what I have discussed so far. Dr. Sleek, from the 4 short videos that I have on this YouTube channel, all of you must be revising that. Many important topics, last minute revision topics have been covered there, right? Expect like at least I would say ठीक है 20 questions उसमें से expect कर लेना. From the short videos that we have done in the Radsynapse app, उसमें से at least like 120 questions expect कर लेना. Okay, that is what you have to look. I'm telling you the minimum number that I am expecting from that. I'll be waiting to hear from you post exam whether this was true or not. Okay, very important, particularly for FMG students, because your exam is in 2 parts, 9 to 11:30. Then you will have a gap and the exam will be from 2 to 4:30. तो ये जो बीच वाला gap रहेगा ना between 11:30 to 1:30 before you go to the exam hall again, please do not discuss part A with your friends. Do not ask any of your friends तुम्हारा कैसा हुआ part A, right? खुद भी कुछ मत बताना किसी को कि कैसा हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ, right? Do not discuss about part A at all, because anyways you cannot change anything about it. But if you discuss, maybe there's a chance that your part B might be spoiled, right? So please do not discuss about part A. आजू बाजू में लोग हैं जो डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, do not stay there, go away from there. Focus on the part B that's upcoming. Eat well in the break, right? Eat well मतलब do not overeat also, so that you feel sleepy फिर बाद में part B के time. Eat well so that your glucose levels, the blood glucose levels are maintained well, right? You can revise the volatile topics which are there in part B, like OBGY, surgery. इनके जो volatile topics हैं, you struggle with them always, वो revise कर लो. चाहिए तो quickly जो part B वाले subjects हैं उनके PYQs quickly देख लो, because many times I personally do that because that helps in the very immediate memory and just vomiting out the facts that are otherwise difficult to retain. Okay, clear with everyone? So very important, do not discuss about part A, and you can revise the volatile topics which are meant for part B, right? So remember, this is very important that I wanted to share with each one of you. The victory is in having done your best, right? If you have done your best, you have won. Actually, you have won if you have given your best shot. Remember, some things, or rather many things in our life are out of our control. Okay, the only thing that is in our control is what we should be focusing upon, and that is giving my best shot, right? So your motto, your aim for the exam tomorrow is when I come out of the exam hall, I am happy and I am satisfied that I have given my best, right? Whatever time I had, I made the best use of it. I have given the best attempt that I could. I did not get panicked, right? These are the things that you have to focus upon. Okay, so for me, you have won if you have given your best shot. Now whatever might be the results, that's destiny, right? There's destiny, there's luck, which also has some role. But agar aapne aapka best attempt diya hai, you can tell yourself honestly and proudly that I have given my best attempt. That means that's your victory, okay, that you have won. Okay, and please डू एंटिसिपेट कि एग्जाम हॉल में कुछ भी हो सकता है. देयर माइट बी पावर कट ऑफ, आपका कंप्यूटर सिस्टम बंद हो सकता है, देयर माइट बी नॉइज डिस्ट्रैक्शंस अराउंड, राइट? इट माइट बी हॉट, इट माइट बी टू कोल्ड, वट एवर, राइट? एक्सपेक्ट द वर्स्ट केस सिनेरियो, बट ऑल यू हैव टू डू इज टुमारो in the exam hall, go into that zen mode. Okay, zen mode, absolutely not affected by anything. I'm just focusing on my exam. Even if my system gets switched off, when your system starts again, आपका time वहीं से start होगा. So do not get worried about that. If there's a lot of noise around, please focus on your questions. That's it, and nothing else. Okay, so go into that zen mode, and remember, as long as you gave it your best shot, even if in the opinion of others you have failed, right? But you have not failed actually, right? Giving your best shot is what is your aim tomorrow. When you enter the exam hall tomorrow, right? Just exhale all the doubt and inhale all the confidence and the faith in yourself and the faith in the Almighty. He has taken care of you so far, so he's going to take care of you even now, right? So just have that faith that your movie of life is being scripted in the best possible way, right? Right, the best possible way, not according to you but according to him. So just be the viewer of your movie. Do not try to play a lot with it. Do not try to be the director, just be the actor. Okay, so given your best shot. Okay, last time, so Dr. Sleek is saying my mouse wasn't working and it was taking 3 clicks to mark an answer, right? So the best example that you can have, these things happen in the exam hall. When you face such technical glitches, please make sure you are informing the invigilator so that your system gets changed. Okay? Saurabh, absolutely right. So that's one of the favorite quote that I always talk about. Your success can be delayed, but it cannot be denied. राइट, आज नहीं तो कल सबका टाइम आएगा, है ना? सो ऑल यू हैव टू डू इज हैव दैट बर्निंग डिजायर एंड द विलिंगनेस टू गिव इन योर बेस्ट, give in your all to achieve it, right? Focus on what you can do. Please do not focus on what is not in your hands, the type of questions, the difficulty level of the questions, right? वो आप कुछ change नहीं कर सकते हो. जो आप change कर सकते हो, जो efforts है, उस पे focus करो, and that is what is going to give you the results. Okay? And no matter what, like I said, if you come out of the exam hall with a smiling face, with the satisfaction कि I have given my best, that means बस आप जीत चुके हो, है ना? Right? Is this clear with everyone? So very much, I was just thinking about it, and if I have students who are like Marathi speaking here, how many of you are Marathi speaking here, guys? Saurabh ka to dekh ke lag hi jata hai, right? So it is like आता कसा वाटते right now before the exam. In the exam hall you'll be like गुड वाटते, पोटात गुड़ वाटते, right? Remember the opioid withdrawal story? Diarrhea गुड़ जैसा लगता है. But post exam, when I ask you आता कसा वाटते, I want to tell you गोड़ वाटते, right? So that's how it is going to be. So remember that good has to change to god. God is basically sweet feeling after the exam, right? Right now it might be good in the tummy, but after that it has to be god. That means it has to be the sweet feeling after the exam. Okay? जितना भी मैसेज दिया है भाई, ये सबके लिए है, ठीक है? Are you, whether you are the first time attempter, second time, third time, all the things that I've told is for everybody. Yes. All right, guys. So my best wishes and prayers are there with each one of you always, not just for tomorrow. And remember that one exam result cannot define you, right? It is just one exam result. It's not a life and death situation. So itna zyada tension lene ki zarurat hai nahi. And I'll be waiting to hear from each one of you post exam, right? Please do not forget to drop a message. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. All the best. Please take care of all the things that we have discussed. Okay. And shall be waiting to hear from you tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys. Best wishes and prayers for your exam tomorrow. Thank you and have a great day.